Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dalot Pranam. I can
Hare,
manage, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Raju.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhu, Vani Matari, Lavanya, Danda Pranams. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. We'll start. Just a second. I found out the video. I found out the verse number. Since she didn't put, Deepa Mataji didn't put, I went through the previous recording and found out 3812 we are at. So we'll continue reading from there. Okay, so we are at 3.8, third canto, 8th chapter. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschate Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukhaṁ karoti vācālaṁ pangum langhayate girmet kripātamaham vande. Shri Gurum Dinatharinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Vasangato Piva. Yasmaret Pundari Kaksham Sabahya Abhyantaram Suchi. Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. So third canto, 8th chapter. So third canto is entitled as the status quo. And this is the, let me share. So 8th chapter entitled as Manifestation of Brahma from Garbhodakasha Vishnu. So we are at text 12. So let me share my screen once. So let me start begin. Text 12, right? So we are in this section actually. 10 to 14 section, the reawakening of creation. So 10 to 12 talks about Garbhodakasha Vishnu lay down for 1000 yuga cycles in the water of dissolution containing the jivas within him. And 13 to 14 talks about with the Lord's glance, the subtle subject matter of creation sprouted from the Lord's navel in the form of a lotus bud. We will continue this section also, 15 to 23 maybe. We'll see. So what exactly is this section all about? 15 to 23, those set of verses talks about Brahma's birth and his search for the absolute truth. Tapa, that one. 15, 16, Brahma took birth on the lotus and examined 4 directions and got 4 heads. 17 to 21, being unsuccessful in searching for the source of the lotus, he returned to its top. 22 to 23, Brahma meditated on the Lord and finally saw Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So let us continue. 3.8.12. So today's, I don't know, who is going to help us here? Post taxes, Raju Prabhu or Deepa Mataji. Lavanya is going to continue from tomorrow. So please check.
I'll do.
Yeah, chant Prabhu. Lavanya, please fix that issue, okay? Data issue as soon as possible. Verify and please. Hello, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Please find out a place where the network is good, okay? And sit there every morning and continue, okay?
Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow onwards I'll do. Okay.
Yeah. Please find out the location in the home where exactly the signal is very good. Please continue from there and run the call. Okay.
Yes.
I will read for some of the verses and over to you, Raju Prabhu. So please continue. Huh? Okay. Text 12. Reason Lalitmohan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam. Rashmi Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Sirisha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Will continue. Yeah. Text 12. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord lay down for 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas in his internal potency, and by his external energy, he appeared to be sleeping within the water. When the living entities were coming out for further development of their fruitive activities actuated by the energy called Kala Shakti. He saw his transcendental body as bluish. Purport. In the Vishnu Purana, Kala Shakti is mentioned as avidya. The symptom of the influence of the Kala Shakti is that one has to work in the material world for fruitive results. Material world means fruitive activities. I mean, that's where, karma. We got the birth based on our karma. Karma means activity. That's right. So that's the reason. So in order to get out of these karmic reactions, we need to do akarmic activities. So there is no question of birth. So a lot of technicalities there. Anyway, the fruitive workers are described in Bhagavad Gita as mudhas or foolish. Prabhupada frequently and wonderfully says that, grossly rascals, rascals, lovingly scolding actually. Such foolish living entities are very enthusiastic to work for some temporary benefit within the perpetual bondage. One thinks himself very clever throughout his life if he is able to leave behind him a great asset of wealth for his children. And to achieve this temporary benefit, he takes the risk of all sinful activities. A very, very important statement, devotees, very, very important statement. Fruity workers. So that is what it is. See, this is the definition of a materialist. Materialist. Without knowledge that such activities will keep him perpetually bound by the shackles of material bondage. Due to this polluted mentality, nice word, polluted mentality, contamination, and due to material sins, the aggregate combination of living entities appear to be bluish. Such an impetus of activity for fruitive result is made possible by the dictation of the external energy of the Lord Kala. So Kala, one of the topic Prabhupada writes in his introduction. What are the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita? Quickly, anybody? What are the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita?
Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma.
Ishvara, Jiva,
Prakriti, Kala, Karma.
Kala, Karma. This, what is that? What we call this? Short form, BJP KK. Or, Balagovind Prabhu. I have heard first time in his class. Maybe he heard somewhere, or how did he quote? BJP KK. B means Bhavan, J means Jiva, P means Prakriti, K for Kala, and K for Karma. To easily remember. BJP KK. In a sequence, nicely, right? Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, we are looking for to achieve again third term with our dear leader, Modi ji. BJP KK, Bhagavad Gita, sorry. Yes, Bhagavad Gita only talks, right? These 5 topics. BJP KK. Bhagavan, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. Very good. Okay. Now, let me continue. Another 2 words, let me read. And then over to you, Prabhu. Let me continue this one. Text 13. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Gita. A subtle subject matter of creation on which the Lord's attention was fixed was agitated by the material mode of passion, and thus the subtle form of creation pierced through his abdomen. Text 14. Translation. Piercing through this sum total form of the fruitive activity of the living entities took the shape of the bud of a lotus flower generated from the personality of Vishnu, and by his supreme will it illuminated everything like the sun and dried up the vast waters of devastation. Vast waters of devastation. So text 14. This section is done. So now 15 to 23, the Brahma's birth and his search for the absolute truth. You continue, Prabhu. I am making you host, and you can share the screen. 3 at 15, Prabhu. I am sharing in the chat box.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to intervene here, if you allow me.
Yes, Prabhu. Please share that. What, Prabhu? You want to share something?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Till now, from the last chapter, what we were discussing about, creation of this material universe, right?
Yeah.
Before the birth of Brahma. But from this point, what we will do is.
Prabhuji, మీ వాయిస్ కొంచెం చిన్న అంటే లాంగ్ డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉండి మాట్లాడినట్టు వస్తుంది.
Yes. అది ఎస్ ప్రభు మీ వాయిస్ కొంచెం చెక్ చేసుకున్నాం ప్రభు ఆడిబిలిటీ అంటే క్లారిటీ లేదు వస్తుంది
ఉండదు ప్రభు ఉండదు కిచెన్ లో
ఇప్పుడు వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు వస్తుంది ఎస్ చెప్పండి ప్రభు గో హెడ్
see till now in the previous chapters what we were discussing about is the sum total of material elements, how they have come to, right?
ఎస్
And how they have formed and how the universal form has been formed, okay? And how different subtle sense organs has been formed, taken a shape of a universal form, right? They have
Correct.
gone into the universal form and we have got all the organs, objects, sense organs, sense objects, subtle senses. These are all which we have studied. But
yes
from this chapter, what happens is, see, one day of Brahma, he will be sleeping, okay? And after that, night, he will be sleeping. Again in the day, he will start this, process again. Whatever he is about to do during the day, that we are going to study now.
yeah yes ప్రభు
Someday, after 994 yoga cycles, he will sleep for 994 yoga cycles, right?
correct
So after sleeping of the 994 cycles, when he wakes up, what happens is the description which we are going to study. Okay. Other than this, there is one Mahapralaya. So these are all pralayas. And Mahapralaya means at the end of the lifetime of Brahma. Okay. So now the 13, 14 slokas and all these things, they speak about after the night of Brahma, when Brahma wakes up. Okay. What happens? And from now on, like the 15th and all, he will speak about the birth of Brahma. What happens when Brahma took place? So how the Brahma's birth has taken place. Okay.
yes ప్రభు
Chatuskumar Brahma, how he woke up, that's what we are studying now. Okay. How his birth happens and what happened during his birth. That's all we are going to study.
yes in this section that is what is there yes
See, actually, the 10 to 14, here it is given the reawakening. There is a difference between reawakening and creating. This is the point which I wanted to make. Okay. Till now in the previous chapters, we have described about creation. Okay. Now 10 to 14, reawakening. Matlab already ban gaya ho. Okay. Already creation has happened. It took place. Everything happened. And we are awakening it. Okay.
yes ప్రభు
So everything is formed and many things happened also. Many days of Brahma has also passed. So here Maitreya starts with reawakening of it, and again he describes what? The history of Brahma also. Now the history of Brahma comes. Okay.
yes yes Prabhuji, that's where in this section he talks about, right? 15 to కొంచెం ఇక్కడ పెంచాను ప్రభు అది నంబర్ అది బోల్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ వర్సెస్ ప్లస్లు కొట్టండి ప్లస్ కొట్టండి కింద ఉంటుంది ఇక్కడ సైడ్కి ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది కింద చూడండి కింద yeah 15 to those section of verses set of verses 15 to 23 yeah please continue reading yes Prabhuji Raju Prabhu yeah call out the names and
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. I'll read this section first. 15 to 23, Brahma's birth and his search for the absolute truth. So 15 to 16 is the Brahma took birth on the lotus, examined 4 directions and got 4 heads. 17 to 21, being unsuccessful in searching for the source of the lotus, he turned up its top. 22 to 23, Brahma meditated on the Lord and finally he saw Garbhodakshai Vishnu.
So now we are describing about birth of Brahma. But beach mein 4 slokas jo aata hai, that those describe about reawakening of it. Okay. So Maitreya just starts with reawakening and then he will go to the history. Okay. So this 4 verses are kind of वो बीच में क्यों आया करके लगता है, but still it has their own meaning. Thinking that Uddhava knows, Vidura knows everything, he will start with 10 to 14. But again, no. Let me give the history of Brahma again. Then he will start with Brahma now. Okay. ये बीच में 4 श्लोका जो है, you just keep them aside. They will link it up in the future. That is again reawakening of the same Brahma when he sleeps at the night.
ప్రభుజీ అంటే మనం ఇప్పుడు బ్రహ్మది ఇది సెకండ్ డే అలా అనుకోవచ్చా? లైక్ ఫస్ట్ డే అంతా ఉండి రాత్రి పడుకున్నాక మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ డే నుండి స్టార్టింగ్ చేస్తున్నా అంటే మనకు అర్థం అవ్వడానికి, అంటే ఆల్రెడీ ప్రాసెస్ రైట్?
No, that's what I'm telling you. No, it's not like that. See, it was about to continue like that, but it is not continuing like that. How it is continuing from 15? మళ్ళీ బ్రహ్మ ఫస్ట్ డే స్టార్ట్ అయిన ఆయన ఫస్ట్ రోజు స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా.
అదే నేను అదే అంటున్నా, పడుకున్నాక మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ డే నుండి ఇప్పుడు మధ్యలో మనకు చెప్తున్నారు ఆల్రెడీ అది కంటిన్యూషన్ లో మనకి ఇస్తున్నారు.
నో ఫ్రమ్ 15th నా ఆయన పుట్టినప్పుడు ఎట్లా పుట్టాడో దాని గురించి చెప్తున్నారు మాతాజీ. 10 to 14 అంటే when he re-awakes, how to re-awake him, that's what is happening 10 to 14. 10 to 14 అది చెప్పి 15th నుంచి ఏం చెప్తారంటే అసలు ఆయన ఎట్లా పుట్టాడు. ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ ఎన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మాతాజీ. నౌ 55 years అయిపోయింది. ఓకే, 55 years అయిపోయాక ఫస్ట్ డే అయ్యింది మాతాజీ. ఫస్ట్ నైట్ అయిపోయాక పడుకున్నాడు ఆయన. సెకండ్ డే గురించి డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తున్నాడు అనుకోండి, చేస్తూ 4 శ్లోకాలు చెప్పి మళ్ళీ ఆయన ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఫస్ట్ డే ఎట్లా పుట్టిందో చెప్తున్నాడు అనమాట.
అదే నేను అదే అంటున్నా ప్రభుజీ. యా దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ గాట్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. యా దట్స్ వాట్. yes ప్రభుజీ, ఐ గాట్ ఇట్. యా నాకు అర్థమైంది ప్రభుజీ. యా
So one more thing, just I wanted to add, if you can understand, if you did understand till this point, you can please say yes or no. If you have any doubts, you can ask, then we can go ahead.
Yes ప్రభుజీ. సో మీరు ఏమంటున్నారంటే 10 to 14 లో ఇట్ ఇస్ అబౌట్ అవేకనింగ్, అంటే పడుకొని నెక్స్ట్ డే లేచి దట్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్, బట్ సడన్లీ ఫ్రమ్ 15 ఇట్ ఇస్ డిస్క్రైబింగ్ యాజ్ టు అసలు ఒరిజినల్ గా ఎలా పుట్టాడు, అంతేనా?
Yeah, how he has taken his birth. Okay. From this chapter to second chapter, next chapter, he will say about the activities of Brahma when he has taken his birth. Okay. And 10 to 14, what happens is, see what happens in this 1000 yugas when Brahma was sleeping.
Okay. All the
jivas, they will be in the Garbhodaksha Vishnu's abdomen.
Yeah.
Okay. But
అది మనం మహాప్రళయం అనుకోవచ్చా? ఎందుకంటే బ్రహ్మ కూడా గర్భోదక్ష విష్ణులో ఉంటారు కాబట్టి.
No. He's Garbhodaksha Vishnu only, Mataji.
It's Pralaya only, na Prabhuji? It's not Mahapralaya, right, Prabhuji?
Yes. During Pralayas, all our karmas and our subtle bodies will be where? In the abdomen of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Okay.
Yeah,
During Mahapralaya, when the lifetime of Brahma completes, it will be in the abdomen of whom? Karnadaksha Vishnu.
Okay. That time Brahma also, Brahma would under Prabhuji appudu.
See, after 100 years of Brahma will not be there, na?
Yeah.
Then what happens? All the universes will go into the pores of the Mahavishnu, right?
Yeah, Karnadaksha Vishnu. Yeah.
Karnadaksha Vishnu. So we will go inside the Karnadaksha Vishnu then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yes.
during the Pralaya, we will go to the Yes, Prabhuji. During the Pralaya, we'll go into the Garbhodaksha Vishnu. During the Mahapralaya, we'll go into the Karnadaksha Vishnu.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Deepa Mataji, please start, Mataji. 15th.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I'll be in silent mode for 20 minutes. I can't read right now.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Into that universal lotus flower, Lord Vishnu personally entered as a super soul, and when it was thus impregnated with all the modes of material nature, the personality of Vedic wisdom, whom we call the self-born, was generated. Purport. The lotus flower is the universal Virat form or the gigantic form of the Lord in the material world. It becomes amalgamated in the personality of Godhead Vishnu in his abdomen at the time of dissolution, and it becomes manifest at the time of creation. This is due to Garbhodaksha Vishnu, who enters into each of the universes. In this form is the sum total of all the fruitive activities of the living entities conditioned by material nature. And the first of them, namely Brahma, or the controller of the universe, is generated from this lotus flower. This firstborn living being, unlike all the others, has no material father, and thus he is called self-born or Swayambhu. He goes to sleep with Narayana at the time of devastation, and when there is another creation, he is born in this way. From this description, we have the conception of three: the gross Virat form, the subtle Hiranyagarbha, and the material creative force Brahma. Hare Krishna.
సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటి మాతాజీ అర్థం కాలేదా?
అంటే ఏమంటున్నారంటే డ్యూరింగ్ ద dissolution, even the Virat form which is there, no? Last time I think there was a description about how Virat form is created in the material universe. So our Virat form also goes back because that's a material form. Adi kuda ante spiritual form in the material world. Adi kuda vapas Garbhodakshaya Vishnuloki వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అని అంటున్నారు.
ఓకే ఓకే. So
And when there is another creation, he is born in this way. So from this description, we have conception of three: the gross Virat form. So because why the gross Virat form? Because that is the form where it is like the nerves are like the rivers and the mountains are this. Any description untundi kada Virat form di. So that is a gross form anamata. How we can see the Supreme Lord in the nature and the creation. That is what is the Virat form. So that gross Virat form is gone back into the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, subtle Hiranyagarbha, and the material creative force. ఇది లావణ్య మాతాజీ ఒకసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారా?
ఇది ఇప్పుడు చెప్పేదంటే కార్ణోదక సాయి విష్ణు మాతాజీ. జస్ట్ నో ప్రభుజీ టోల్డ్ us, రైట్? సో ఆఫ్టర్ లైక్ మహాప్రలయ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ గోస్ టు కార్ణోదక సాయి విష్ణు, లైక్ బ్రహ్మ అండ్ దిస్ హిరణ్య గర్భ అండ్ విరాట్ రూప, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ is నారాయణ అంటున్నారు చూడండి. సో we can consider him as Karanodak Sai Vishnu, I think. But Prabhuji can explain.
It's a sum total of all fruitive activity or condition.
Yeah,
First,
we can read Prabhuji.
Has no material part. Okay, after 20 minutes, maybe we can ask Prabhuji to describe in short. Yeah.
ఓకే 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 మాతాజీ. యా వాణి మాతాజీ, హరే కృష్ణ.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Please read Mataji.
Yeah. Translation. Brahma, born out of the lotus flower, could not see the world, although he was situated in the world. He therefore circumambulated all of sphere, and while moving his eyes in all directions, he achieved 4 heads in terms of the 4 directions.
You continue, Mataji.
Yeah. Translation. Lord Brahma, situated in that lotus, could not perfectly understand their creation, the lotus or himself. At the end of the millennium, the air of devastation began to move the water and the lotus in great circular waves. Purport. Lord Brahma was perplexed about his creation, the lotus, and the world, even though he tried to understand them for 1 millennium, which is beyond calculation in the solar years of human beings. No one, therefore, can know the mystery of the creation and cosmic manifestation simply by mental speculation. The human being is so limited in his capacity that without the help of the Supreme, he can hardly understand the mystery of the will of the Lord in terms of creation, continuance, and destruction.
Thank you, Mataji. Rashmi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Please read it.
Translation and purport given by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Brahma, in his ignorance, contemplated, who am I that am situated on the top of this lotus? Wherefrom has it sprouted? There must be something downwards, and that from which this lotus has grown must be within the water. Purport. The subject matter of speculations of Brahma in the beginning regarding the creation of the cosmic manifestation is still a subject matter for material speculators. The most intelligent man is he who tries to find the cause of his personal existence and that of the whole cosmic creation, and thus tries to find the ultimate cause. If his attempt is properly executed with penances and perseverance, it is sure to be crowned with success.
Yeah, please continue this also.
Okay, Prabhuji. Translation. Lord Brahma, thus contemplating, entered the water through the channel of the stream of lotus. But in spite of entering the stem and going nearer to the navel of Vishnu, he could not trace out the root purport. By dint of one's personal endeavor, one may go nearer to the Lord, but without the Lord's mercy, one cannot reach the ultimate point. Such understanding of Lord is possible only by devotional service, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavam yas chasmi tatvatah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Lavani Mataji, please read Mataji.
Yeah, translation. Purport unda Prabhuji లేదు. Okay. Yeah. Oh Vidura, while searching in that way about existence, Brahma reached his ultimate time, which is the eternal wheel in the hand of Vishnu and which generates fear in the mind of living entity, like the fear of death. Can I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Translation and purport by S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Thereafter, being unable to achieve the desired destination, he retired from such searching and came back again onto the top of the lotus. Thus, controlling all objectives, he concentrated his mind on the Supreme Lord. Purport. Samadhi involves concentrating the mind upon the supreme cause of all, even if one is unaware of whether his actual nature is personal, impersonal, or localized. Concentration of the mind on the Supreme Lord is certainly a form of devotional service. To cease from personal sense endeavors and to concentrate on the supreme cause is a sign of self-surrender. And when self-surrender soul is present, that is sure, when the self-surrender is present, that is sure sign of devotional service. Each and every living entity needs to engage in devotional service to the Lord if he wishes to understand the ultimate cause of his existence. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Madhavi Mataji, Hare Krishna. You can read, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat. Yes, Prabhuji.
Dandavat, please read.
Translation. At the end of Brahma's 100 years, when his meditation was complete, he developed the required knowledge, and as a result, he could see in his heart the Supreme within himself, whom he couldn't see before with the greatest endeavor. Purport. The Supreme Lord can be experienced only through the process of devotional service and not by one's personal endeavor in mental speculation. The age of Brahma is calculated in terms of Divya years, which are distinct from the solar years of human beings. The Divya years are calculated in Bhagavad Gita 8.17. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Viduhu. Brahma's one day is equal to 1000 times the aggregate of the 4 yugas, calculated to be the 443 lakh years. On that basis, Brahma meditated for 100 years before he could understand the supreme cause of all causes. And then he wrote the Brahma Samhita, which is approved and recognized by Lord Chaitanya, and in which he sings Govindamade Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. One has to wait for the mercy of the Lord before one can either render service unto him or know him as he is. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Abhi, minute. Hare Krishna. Sapan Puj, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Translation. Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like white bedstead, the body of Sheshnaga, on which the personality of Godhead was lying alone. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of jewels bedecking the hood of Sheshnaga, and that illumination dissipated all the darkness of those regions. The luster of the transcendental body of the Lord mocked the beauty of Coral Mountain. The Coral Mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The mountains, waterfalls, herbs, with a panorama of flowers, seem like garlands, but the lotus gigantic body and his hand and legs decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves, and flower garlands mocked the scene on the mountain. Purport. The panoramic beauty of nature which strikes one with wonder may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by beauty of material nature, although he does not minimizes its beauty. In Bhagavad Gita 2.59, it is described that one who is attracted by the Param, the Supreme, is no longer attracted by anything inferior. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, Kinchan Prabhuji, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah, please read.
Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. His transcendental body, unlimited in length and breadth, occupied the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and the lower. His body was self-illuminated by unparalleled dress and variegateness and was properly ornamented. Purport. The length and breadth of the transcendental body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead could only be measured by his own measurement, because he is all pervading throughout the complete cosmic manifestation. The beauty of material nature is due to his personal beauty, yet he is always magnificently dressed and ornamented to prove his transcendental variegateness, which is so important in the advancement of spiritual knowledge.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I'm reading. Translation. The Lord showed his lotus feet by raising them. His lotus feet are the source of all awards achieved by devotional service, free from the material contamination. Such awards are for those who worship him in pure devotion. The splendor of the transcendental rays from his moon-like toenails and fingernails appear like the petals of a flower. Purport. The Lord fulfills the desires of everyone just as one desires. Pure devotees are interested in achieving the transcendental service of the Lord, which is non-different from him. Therefore, the Lord is the only desire of the pure devotees, and devotional service is the only spotless process for achieving his favor. Srila Rupa Goswami says in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.1, the pure devotional service is Gnana Karmadi Anavritam. Pure devotional service is without any tinge of speculative knowledge and fruitive activities. Such a devotional service is able to award the pure devotee the highest result, namely direct association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. According to the Gopala Thapani Upanishad, the Lord showed one of the many thousands of petals of his lotus feet. It is said, Brahmanos Savana Anavaratam me Dyutya Suta Paradante so Buddhyata Gopa Vesho me Purastad Avirbhabuva. After penetrating for millions of years, Lord Brahma could understand the transcendental form of the Lord Sri Krishna in the dress of the covered by, and thus he recorded his experience in the Brahma Samhita in the famous prayer of Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Deepa Mataji, please continue. Yeah, we are reading this section.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Last section, I think, Mataji. This is the last section, 24 to 33.
Beautiful Darshana of Lord Garbhodakshai Vishnu. 24, Coral Mountain. 25, Grandeur of the Lord's body. 26, Merciful, display of lotus feet. 27, acknowledges his devotee's service with a smile. 28, transcendental adornment. 29, sandalwood tree. 30, great mountain. 31 to 33, Brahma identified the Lord, saw the ingredients for creation and began his prayers.
Thank you. Please read this one.
Yes, Prabhuji.
These are 27. Yeah.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. He also acknowledged the service of the devotees and vanquished their distress by his beautiful smile. The reflection of his face, decorated with earrings, was so pleasing because it dazzled with the rays from his lips and the beauty of his nose and eyebrows. Purport. Devotional service to the Lord is very much obliging to him. There are many transcendentalists in different fields of spiritual activities, but devotional service of the Lord is unique. Devotees do not ask anything from the Lord in exchange for their service. Even the most desirable liberation is refused by devotees, although offered by the Lord. Thus, the Lord becomes a kind of debtor to the devotees, and he can only try to repay the devotee's service with his ever-enchanting smile. The devotees are ever satisfied by the smiling face of the Lord, and they become enlivened. And by seeing the devotee so enlivened, the Lord himself is further satisfied. So there is continuous transcendental competition between the Lord and his devotees by such reciprocation of service and acknowledgement. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Vani Mataji, please continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. O my dear Vibra, the Lord's waist was covered with yellow cloth resembling the saffron dust of the Kadamba flower, and it was encircled by well-decorated belt. His chest was decorated with the Srivatsa marking and a necklace of unlimited value.
Read this also, Mataji.
Translation. As the sandalwood tree is decorated with fragrant flowers and branches, the Lord's body was decorated with valuable jewels and pearls. He was the self-situated tree, the Lord of all others in the universe. And as a sandalwood tree is covered with many snakes, so the Lord's body was also covered by hoods of Ananta. Purport. The word Avyakta Malam is significant here. Generally, no one can see the roots of a tree. But as far as the Lord is concerned, he is the root of himself, because there is no other separate cause of his standing but he himself. In the Vedas, it is said that the Lord is Swarashya Shreya. Okay.
Swasraya Namaha.
Swasraya Sreya.
Yeah.
Oh, Ati Swashraya. Okay, self Ashraya anamata. Okay, Swa Ashraya Ashraya. Okay. He is his own support, and there is no other support for him. Therefore, Avyakta means the Supreme Lord himself and no one else. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yeah, Rashmi Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation. Like a great mountain, the Lord stands as the abode for all moving and non-moving living entities. He is the friend of the snakes because Lord Ananta is his friend. As a mountain has thousands of golden peaks, so the Lord was seen with the thousands of golden helmeted hoods of Anantanaga, and as a mountain is sometimes filled with jewels, so also his transcendental body was fully decorated with valuable jewels. As a mountain is sometimes submerged in the ocean water, so the Lord is sometimes submerged in the water of devastation.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my Prabhuji also wants to read this.
Yeah, Gaurav Prabhuji, read that, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation. Lord Brahma, thus looking upon the Lord in the shape of mountain, concluded that he was Hari, the personality of Godhead. He saw the garland of flowers on his chest, glorified him with Vedic wisdom in sweet songs, and looked very beautiful. He was protected by Sudarsana, wheel for fighting, and even the sun, moon, air, fire, etc. could not have the access to him.
Yeah, please read this also, Prabhuji.
Translation. When the Lord, the makers of the universe destination, thus saw Lord, he simultaneously glanced over creation. The Lord Brahma saw the lake in the world in the Lord Vishnu's navel, and the lotus flowers, as well as the devastating water, the drying air, and the sky. All became visible to him.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Madhav Mataji, please. Last two parts. Can you read?
Lord Brahma, thus being surcharged with the mode of passion, became inclined to create, and after seeing the 5 causes of creation indicated by the personality of Godhead, he began to offer his respectful prayers on the path of the creative mentality. Purport. Even if one in the material mode of passion to create something in the world, he has to take shelter of the Supreme for the necessary energy. That is the path of the successful termination of any attempt. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 3rd canto, 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Manifestation of Brahma from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So, Hare Krishna, Lavanya Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah, చెప్పండి Prabhuji.
When you stop here, Mataji?
Yeah.
Chapter is completed.
Yeah, please, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేసేది ఉంది మాతాజీ మనం అంటే
ఇప్పుడు ప్రభుజీ ఏమన్నారంటే మళ్ళీ అవే శ్లోకాస్ కంటిన్యూ చేయమన్నారు. ఎందుకంటే మాతాజీ మీకు నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ ఉందంట కదా మాతాజీ. హరే కృష్ణ.
ఈ వీకే మాతాజీ.
అంటే నెక్స్ట్ సండే.
సండే ఉంది ఎగ్జామ్.
అదే అందుకు ఈ వీక్ కూడా ఇదే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయమన్నారు ప్రభుజీ. సో 2 శ్లోకాస్ ఇంకా పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా చేయమన్నారు. సో దెన్ వి విల్ డూ రుద్రగీత. ఓకే, ఇవే చూపించండి ప్రభుజీ.
ఓకే మాతాజీ. సో ఇదే కదా 4.2.
23 and 25. యా.
కనిపిస్తుంది కదా మాతాజీ?
ఎస్ ప్రభుజీ. ప్రభుజీ ఒక్కొక్కటి పెడతారా అంటే నాకేనా? ఎస్ ప్రభుజీ.
లాస్ట్ వాళ్ళు చేసేటప్పుడు లాస్ట్ లో ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చూపిస్తాం మాతాజీ. 2 అంటే ఎట్లా శ్లోకాసే కదా మాతాజీ చేసేది అందరు. హరే కృష్ణ. దీప మాతాజీ, ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఓకే మాతాజీ?
కింద some part of the translation has got cut off, I think.
Yeah, Mataji, I mean intentionally means while doing translation, you and Vani Mataji, I'll keep one slide Mataji. For remaining people, only translate slokas, right?
Yeah. You can finish with everybody so that they can finish, and we will do in the last with translation.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Lavanya Mataji, please start Mataji, one by one.
Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.20.23. Pitruvāca. Varan vibodtvadvaradeshwaradbhuta katam rinite gunavikriyatmana येनारकानामपि सन्ति देहिना तानि शकैवल्यपते वृणेन च सौत्तमश्लोकमहन्मुखच्युतो भवत्पदाम्बोजसुधाकनानिला श्रुतिं पुनर्वे स्मृततत्त्ववर्त्मनां कुयोगिनां नो विरतत्यलं वरै. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Do it, Prabhuji.
Raja,
He is
Prabhu?
in.
Yeah. Okay. Prathurvacha varan vibhotvad varadeshwaradbhutah katam vrinite gunavikriyatmana येनारकानामपि साति देहिनां तानि शकैवल्यपते वृणेन च स उत्तमश्लोकमहान् मुखच्युतो भवत्पदाम्बोजसुधाकनानिलः स्मृतिं पुनर्विस्मृततत्त्ववर्तमानां कुयोगिनां नो वितरत्यलं वरे. हरे कृष्ण.
ప్లీజ్ ఒక్కొక్కరు చేసేసేయండి. సో తర్వాత వాళ్ళిద్దరు లాస్ట్ లో ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ తో పాటు చేస్తారు. ప్రభుజీస్ అండ్ మాతాజీస్ ప్లీజ్ కంటిన్యూ వన్ బై వన్, ఓన్లీ శ్లోకాస్.
Should I try, Mataji?
ఎస్ మాతాజీ ప్లీజ్.
पितृवाचम वरन् विभूत्वाद्वरदेश्वराद्बुधा कथं वृणीते गुणविक्रियात्मनां येनारकानामपि सन्ति देहिनां तानि शकैवल्यपते वृणेन च स उत्तमश्लोकमहन्मुखाच्युतो सुधाकाननानिला स्मृतिं पुनर्विस्मृततत्त्ववर्तमानां कुयोगिनां नो विततत्यलं वरे.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ. హరే కృష్ణ ప్లీజ్. ఎస్ మాతాజీ.
వరన్ భూత్వద్వరద్వేశ్వరాద్భుతాత్ కథం వృణీతే గుణా విక్రయాత్మనాం येनारकानामपि शान्ति देहिनं तनीश कैवल्यपते वृणेन च.
సెకండ్ ప్రభుజీ.
स उत्तमश्लोकमहान्मुखच्युतो भवात् स उत्तमश्लोकमहन्मुखच्युतो भवत्पदाम्बोजसुधाकनानिला स्मृतिं पुनर्विस्मृततत्त्ववर्तमानं कुयोगिनां न वितरत्य अलं वरै.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ. హరి బోల్. హరే కృష్ణ.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I need help.
మాధవ్ మాతాజీ చేయండి. రాధికా మాతాజీ రష్మి మాతాజీ, శిరీష మాతాజీ మీరు చేస్తారా? మాధవ్ మాతాజీ తర్వాత చేయండి ఒకవేళ చేస్తే. ఓకేనా?
చేయలేదు మాతాజీ, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదు.
ఆఫ్టర్ మాధవ్ మాతాజీ, దీప మాతాజీ, వాణి మాతాజీ, యూ కెన్ గో విత్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్. హరే కృష్ణ.
Pradurvacha varan vibhotvad-varadeshwaradbhuda katham vrinite gunavikriyatmanam येनारकानाम् अपि सन्ति देहिनां तानि शकैवल्यपते वृणेन च तवोत्तमश्लोकमहान्मुखच्युतो भवत्पदाम्बोजसुधाकनानिला वृत्तिं पुनर्विस्मृततत्त्ववर्त्मनां कुयोगिनां नो वितरत् अलं वरै. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
శిరీష మాత చేయాలన్నారు కదా. యా, దీప మాతాజీ అండ్ వాణి మాతాజీ కెన్ గో.
వాణి మాతాజీ ఫస్ట్ చేస్తారా? వాణి మాతాజీ ఓకే. పృథివాచ
మాతాజీ
మీరు చేస్తున్నారా?
మీరు చేయండి మాతాజీ, మీ తర్వాత చేస్తాం.
వరాన్ విభోత్వరదేశ్వరాద్బుధా కథం వృణీతే గుణ విక్రియాత్మనాం येनारकाणामपि सन्ति देहिनां तानीश कैवल्यपते वृणेन च. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, you are the best of the demigods who can offer benedictions. Why therefore should any learned person ask you for benedictions meant for living entities bewildered by the modes of nature? Such benedictions are available automatically even in the lives of living entities suffering in hellish conditions. My dear Lord, you can certainly bestow merging into your existence, but I do not wish to have such a benediction. Sauttamashlokamahannmukhachuto bhavatpadambhoj sudhakananila smritim punarvismritatattvavartmanam kuyoginam no vitaratyalam varai. My dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses uttered by personalities. Prabhuji, koncham write.
Raja Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. My dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses uttered by great personalities. Such glorification of your lotus feet is just like saffron particles. When the transcendental vibration from the mouths of great devotees carries the aroma of the saffron dust of your lotus feet, the forgetful living entity gradually remembers his eternal relationship with you. Devotees thus gradually come to the right conclusion about the value of life. My dear Lord, I therefore do not need any other benediction but the opportunity to hear from the mouth of your pure devotee. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Vani Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. I'll go. Pruthuruvacha Varan vibhotvad-varadeshvaradbudha katham vrinite gunavikriyatmana yenaarakanam api santi dehinam tanisha kaivalyapate vrinena cha. Translation. My dear Lord, you are the best of the demigods who can offer benedictions. Why therefore should any learned person ask you for benedictions meant for living entities bewildered by the modes of nature? Such benedictions are available automatically even in the lives of living entities suffering in hellish conditions. My dear Lord, you can certainly bestow merging into your existence, but I do not wish to have such a benediction. Sauttamashlokamahannmukhachuto bhavatpadambhojasudhakananila smritim punarvishmritatattvavatmana kuyoginam no vitaratyalamvarai. Translation. My dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses uttered by great personalities. Such glorification of your lotus feet is just like saffron particles. When the transcendental vibration from the mouth of great devotees carries the aroma of the saffron dust of your lotus feet, the forgetful living entity gradually remembers his eternal relationship with you. Devotees thus gradually come to the right conclusion about the value of life. My dear Lord, I therefore do not need any other benediction but the opportunity to hear from the mouth of your pure devotee. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji,
ఎలా
మీరు
ఉంది
చేశారా?
మాతాజీ? నేను చేయలేదు మాతాజీ, యాక్చువల్గా నేను ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదు మాతాజీ. అసలు ఈ లాస్ట్ ఫ్యూ డేస్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ అంటే హియరింగ్ స్లో ప్రసంగాలు నాకు కొంచెం టఫ్ ఉన్నాయి మాతాజీ ఇవి.
పర్లేదు ప్రభుజీ, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తూ ఉండండి. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ
సో
ప్రభుజీ.
మాతాజీ, టుమారో విల్ డూ సుబోధిని, శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం సుబోధిని 3.8. అది అయిపోయిన తర్వాత విల్ స్టార్ట్ చైతన్య చరితామృతం మాతాజీ.
ఓకే, సో పంపిస్తారా ప్రభుజీ అది సుబోధిని?
సుబోధిని ఆల్రెడీ పంపించాను, ఉంది 3.8. అది అయిపోయిన తర్వాత విల్ స్టార్ట్ సిసి.
This is okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Because we did Lilamrita, but we from long time we didn't do Chaitanya CC Mataji. ఉన్న ఒకరోజు సుబోధిని చదివాము మధ్యలో.
మా ప్రభుజీ ఏమన్నారంటే ఒక్కసారి మనం 2 చాప్టర్స్ విల్ రీడ్ ఫ్రమ్ శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం అన్నారు. నేను ఒక్కసారి అది కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసి
ఇప్పుడు మనం 3.7 3.8 రెండు అయిపోయినాయి మాతాజీ మన కంటిన్యూస్ గా
కంప్లీట్ గా 2 అయిపోయా.
2 అయినాయి మాతాజీ. అది అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు మనం దీనికి 3.8 కన్నా ముందు 3.7 చేసాము. తర్వాత దాని కంటిన్యూషన్ 3.8 అయిపోయింది. 2 చేసాం శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం.
ప్రభుజీ ఒకసారి ఆస్క్ ఏం చేయమంటారు? yes, thank you ప్రభుజీ.
Hare Krishna. I am concluding, Mataji. Yeah, thank you, Mataji and Prabhus, for joining the today's call. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnava vృందకి jai. Srila Prabhupada book reading ki jai. So today కొంచెం ఎర్లీగా ఉన్నట్టుంది Mataji, 9 o'clock అయిపోయింది. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's okay, Prabhuji. You might be busy, right? Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji, for
Yeah.
hosting.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.